of us have pets that need steps to climb up, either on a bed or a sofa, and in my case, I need it for my doggy door. The door is too high to climb in from the outside. With these steps being outside, the cover has been worn out. I'll show you how to replace this cover. You will need a large towel. This is 54 inches by 27 inches, freezer paper, a ruler, a pencil, and some scissors. These are paper scissors and these are cloth scissors. Let's get started. You want to measure the steps or the fabric to make your paper pattern. Put your measurements on another piece of paper if you'd like. Add 1/2 inch to your measurements. So the height is 12 inches, so I want to make that 12.5 inches. And you're going to make your pattern that way. This part is 8 inches, this is 4 inches. The width of each of these steps are about 13.5 inches, so I'm going to make my pattern up to 14 or a little bit more. And you're going to add, for the steps itself, you're going to add the 3 6 inches plus the 3 4 inches and add another 1/2 inch on that. I'll show you what the pattern looks like. You're going to transfer your measurements onto freezer paper. You'll use 3 pieces of this paper. The measurements for the sides, as I said, are 13 inches up here, 20 inches across, 4.5 inches going up the steps, 6.5 going across the steps. So this is the first pattern you're going to make. You'll be cutting 2 of the sides on your towel. The steps themselves are 30 inches by 14 inches. And the back panel is 14 inches by 12 inches. This is what it looks like. There's a little bit of an extra gap here, and this is where your seam allowance will be. You want to first pin on the sides. You want to make 2 of these. If you have to cut them separately, you should cut them separately because the terry cloth is quite thick. Pin the pattern so it's secure onto the fabric. You can take your rotary cutter and your ruler and cut out the pattern or use your scissors. You now have 2 sides of the steps. Put this aside. Now let's make the steps itself. Using your other fabric, you're going to open up your towel. I have pinned the pattern on for the steps. You can either use your scissors to cut it out, or you can try to see if your rotary cutter will make it easier. This is the fabric for the steps. There is enough leftover fabric to do the back, so I'm going to pin the back on this and cut it out. Now the back panel has been cut. These are the 3 sections for the steps. These are the sides, this will be the steps, and this is the back. Now we'll start sewing. Because we are using terry cloth, there isn't a right or wrong side of the fabric. So I'm putting 2 pins to show where my right sides are. For the steps, I have serged along one end of the fabric so that it will not ravel. With the right sides together, I'm going to start sewing from the top step going down. And I'm going to use some red thread so you can see it. I'm sewing a 1/2 inch seam allowance. This fabric is very thick. I'm going to pivot, but I need to cut right here at this edge so it can go straight onto the next side. You want to snip the corners so they will fold over easily. I snipped the inside corners so that when we open it up, it will fold in easily. Now we'll do the other side. Snip the inside corners. Now we want to add the back flap to it. This is the top stair and the back. So I'm going to take my backing and I'm going to do right sides together, pinning all the way around it. Now we're going to come to the sides and we're going to squish this right inside. I'm going to sew the top part of it first, and then I'll do the side. It might be easier that way. This is the top. Now we'll go down one side. The fabric is really thick because terry cloth is, and if you get to one of these seams and you are sewing over it, you may break a needle, because I did. I have finished cover for my stairs. I have added some elastic underneath so it won't slip off, and also a little seam right here at where the step creases in. So now my dog will be happy. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. A day without sunshine is just an extra day for crafting.